Hey guys, Matt here from the Traveling Together Journal.
Amy, the dogs, and I are doing a bit of exploring in Baja California Sur. Our plan is to make a loop from the Pacific coast, north of Ciudad Insurgentes, over the Sierra Gigante Mountains to Loreto. Find somewhere to camp on the Sea of Cortez, then back over the mountains to finish the loop on the Pacific side. Both routes over the mountains will include some off-pavement driving and some interesting sights along the way. Our first stop is in San Miguel de Comandú. The Vista de San Miguel was established in 1707 by Jesuit missionary. The Vista is still an active place of worship and sits near the center of town. The town is only a few blocks of simple buildings and cobblestone streets, surrounded by beautiful desert. Leaving San Miguel de Comandú, we skirt between the valley wall and the palm-filled riverbed for just 2 miles before reaching San Jose de Comandú, home of the San Jose Mission. This mission was established in 1708, but its final construction wasn't completed until 1762, at which point it was the largest mission in the state. A scale model inside of the mission shows us the grand structure at its completion. Only a small portion of that structure remains intact today. In 1827, the mission was abandoned, and shortly after it was demolished for its building materials that were used to construct a school and private homes. Leaving San Jose de Comandú, we abruptly find the end of the paved road and begin a long series of climbs over rocky terrain. The road was easy to follow and provided good traction, but was too rough for us to proceed with much speed. We crept along in 4 low, rarely exceeding 8 miles an hour. After nearly 2 hours, we had covered only 10 miles of this road and finally reached El Horno. This large stone oven was used to slake limestone to create mortar binder for construction. It's a curious sight out here in the middle of the desert, and it's a good spot to take a break from the constant rattling in our camper as we bump our way over the rocks. We had another 18 miles of dirt road ahead of us. Fortunately, the climbs and descents didn't seem as dramatic through the second half of the road, and while we certainly weren't going fast, our pace improved slightly. We rolled back onto the pavement and into San Javier about 4 hours after leaving San Jose de Comandú. The main street of San Javier is a wide cobblestone road lined with local restaurants and shops, leading up to the San Javier Mission. Clearly, the cute little town is set up to welcome the tour groups coming up from the coastal city of Loreto. We must have been there at an off time, as many of the businesses were closed. On the plus side, we were completely alone as we explored the San Javier Mission. Established in 1694, this is the oldest and most decorative mission that we've seen on this trip. It is still an active place of worship and is visited by thousands of pilgrims each year. Outside of the mission is a small cemetery and flower garden. And surrounding the entire scene are the beautiful valley walls. Amy found a souvenir shop that was open and ended up buying a bottle of local wine. From San Javier, it was a windy but smooth drive down the mountains to Loreto, with lots of beautiful views along the way. Thanks to our trek over the Sierra de Gigante being slower than expected, we arrived in Loreto late in the day and decided to stay for the night. But the next morning, we were north of town, exploring dirt roads, looking for an epic beach to camp at. I had a couple of spots picked out on the map, and we set off to have a look. We found some fun trails and nice scenery, but we came up against new development and locked gates. In the end, we decided to get back onto the highway and head up to Bahia Concepcion, where we knew there was lots of beach camping available. We arrived at Playa Santispac, paid our 200 pesos for camping, and set up next to a palapa on a sandy beach. With air temperatures in the mid-80s and water temperatures in the mid-70s, we were ready to get wet and enjoy. The next morning was beautiful and calm, so I unloaded our kayak, pumped it up, and set out on a little adventure around the nearby island. The next day we were back on the road, about 10 miles south of Baja Concepcion. We turn west and head back over the Sierra de Gigante. This road has some rough sections, but overall it proves much smoother and faster than our previous route over these mountains. And despite being a few miles longer, we finished the dirt section in half the time. Near the west end of the dirt road, we get a nice view of the towns San Isidro and La Purisma, and the large butte El Pilon. We pass through San Isidro and the many surrounding farms, where we see dates, citrus, mangoes, grapes, corn, goats, pigs, and cows. A couple of miles down the valley in the town of La Purisma, we stop for a break next to the river. Before taking advantage of the paved road and continuing the 17 smooth miles to rejoin Highway 153 and complete our loop.
That concludes our travels for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and use that comment section if you have any questions about our route or if you'd like to suggest a future destination. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.